guys. All right, so I am about to get started on Crown of Midnight. So this is going to be my reading vlog for this one. This is the last of the kind of shorter books in the Throne of Glass series. This one's 418 pages. And then from here on out, they just get longer and longer. So I'm going to try to knock this out before we head out of town next week, which is kind of my goal. We leave in a week, so I know I can read this before then. It is raining right now. I wonder if you can hear it. You probably can. Like, it's downpouring. We are under a tropical storm kind of watch/warning right now. Like, there's something brewing, and the beaches are going crazy. The waves are kind of insane right now, and we're getting kind of pummeled with rain every day. So a perfect excuse to stay inside and read. I got my hoodie on because I'm actually kind of cold. Like, what's going on? So I figured I would go ahead and get started on this. It's the perfect time. I'm just going to be sitting here anyway, so why not, right? Okay, so I do fan casting when I read, for the most part. I try to picture usually celebrities in my head based on the descriptions of the characters in the books. It just helps me picture everything more clearly, and it helps just like, it helps me. So I usually do it for main characters. Little side characters who are only in it for a little bit, I usually don't worry too much about that, but I'll go ahead and refresh you on who I am picturing for these characters. So this is Selena. And then I've also fan casted Kale and Dorian and also Nehemia. So those are 4 characters that I have them in my head. I know who they are. As we get into this book, we'll see who else is introduced, and I will fan cast from there. This is a reread for me, but it's been a while and I don't fully remember exactly who comes into play in this book. So I remember a lot of what happened in here, but as far as characters go, I don't really fully remember. I know there's a big death in this one, and I'm going to be talking about it, so this will be spoilery. I keep forgetting to say that, but this will be spoilery, so I'm going to have my thoughts and my reactions and everything all throughout this book in this vlog. So if you haven't read this book, haven't read the series, I wouldn't watch this right now. I'd wait until you read it to watch it. I feel like enough people have read it that they would enjoy like a spoilery vlog, so that's what this is going to be. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna see how much I can bust out here. I have all day to read. I really don't have anything else to do today, so I'm going to spend majority of my day working on this. Okay guys, so I'm on page 30, and we just met Roland, who is Dorian's cousin, so the nephew of the king, and I'm pretty positive he plays a significant role in this book. I just don't remember how. It's been too long. So let's fan cast him. He's described as blonde and giving off a very creepy vibe. Like, I don't think he's a good guy. So the most recent blonde bad guy I have witnessed was the guy who played Joffrey in Game of Thrones. So let's go ahead and cast him as Roland, because he was pretty evil. All right guys, I am just in the next scene, and something has kind of irked me a little bit. I took off my hoodie because I was getting warm. Like, that's what happens. I get cold and then I get hot. I can't make up my mind. Okay, so it's talking about Selena's pay as an assassin, as being the king's champion. She's being sent on missions. She's killing these people, but she's really not. She's actually helping them escape, and then she's staging their murder and providing some sort of proof that's all faked, that she's actually killing these people. So, but she's getting paid for that. And one thing it said was that, you know, she gets a hefty pay as the king's champion, and she's spending all of it. Now, as someone who got stripped of everything she owned and everything she had and was put into a prison and had nothing for a couple of years, and is like looking forward to getting this done so she can be on her own again and do that. Why is she not saving her money? That way when she's free, actually free from him, she can not have to worry about money. So I'm kind of like, why is she spending all of her money on stuff, clothes, shoes, stuff for her hair, books? I'll give her the books, but like, you have to spend all your money? I don't understand why she's not saving at least part of it, you know? Yeah, so that kind of bothers me a little bit. I feel like that's not very smart, and she should definitely be squirreling some money away. That way when she's free, she won't have to work for a while, or she won't have to worry about money later when, you know, she's going to be on her own and not getting paid for however long. So that was just a scene that I went, really? You're going to spend all of it? Is that a smart idea? Probably not, because when she's free of him, she doesn't have anybody. She doesn't have Sam. She doesn't have Arabin. She doesn't have anyone who's going to like take care of her or provide for her. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's no good. That's not good decision-making skills. But okay, just, it's such a tiny thing, and I understand that. But I just kind of went, yeah, me no likey. All right, guys. So I am now about 120 pages into Crown of Midnight, and I need to cast the king. Because every time I think of the king, like this is my image. That's not okay. I need to come up with a person. Because I don't know why, but every time the king comes up, like I just picture the stupid Burger King guy. I don't know what it is. So I need to stop that because that's not okay. So I need to come up with somebody. I know he has been described as like having a beard, like a beard and mustache type thing, and he's supposedly handsome. So I need to think of somebody. I'm not quite sure who. I may do a little Google search and see if I can figure out somebody, because I just don't have a clear picture in my head right now. So I need to figure that out. But once I figure that out, I'll let you know. But he just really, whew. I mean, we all know he's not okay. We all know he's very, very evil. But I just read the scene where he had Rena Goldsmith, the singer, killed because she dared to sing a song about magic when he's banned it from the land everywhere. So yeah, oh, he's just awful. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. I'm enjoying it still. When I first read this, I gave it 5 stars. And I read it in 2 days. I remember that. I flew through it. I'm not flying through it quite so much this time. And it's a little bit of a slower read. But Selena is, you know, being put in charge by the king to take down a group that is supposedly kind of staging a mutiny against him, or trying to, you know, organize a mutiny against the king. And, but she's not actually killing those people. She's letting them know what's up and helping them get out of town safely, and then faking evidence, basically. So we're still seeing her do that. And yeah, we're going to keep going because she has actually witnessed some sort of creature in the hallways of the castle. She doesn't know what it is, but it's not giving her a very good feeling. So yeah, but there's little evidence here and there that magic is actually still around, even though the king is banned it. And magic has been said just to be completely gone. But there's evidence that may not actually be the truth. So, okay. Yeah, I'm going to keep on going. Okay, I got it. I got the king. I think I'm going to do Russell Crowe. I think that's a good one because he's got that, you know, thing, and he can do a bad guy pretty good. So yeah, I think that's gonna be who I picture as the king of Adderlin. Is that how you say? Is that how you say? Adderlin? Yeah, I think it's Adderlin. So yeah, that's who I'm gonna picture as the king. All right, so now I can replace the ridiculousness that has been in my head for the first 2 books. And we're going to have a real king in my head now. All right, let's go. Hey guys. Okay, the lighting's probably terrible. It's kind of nighttime right now, so I apologize for that, like my light's on and all that. I am on page 300 right now. So, woo, got quite a bit read. I read a big chunk yesterday. And so much has happened. Okay. All right. So I guess the first thing we could talk about is the death that happens in this book. There is a big death in here, and it kind of changes the course of a lot of things. Nehemiah died. She was killed. She didn't just die. She was killed very brutally. And it happened because she was part of this uprising against the king. She was part of this group, and the king was starting to get suspicious about her. And so there were talks of Kale knowing that there was a threat against her life. No one knew who it was. And he was not supposed to tell anybody about that. Kale was not. So he didn't say anything to Selena or Nehemiah about that. He was just supposed to be keeping an extra eye on things, basically. And he also knew that there was going to be a point in time where Nehemiah was being questioned for things and that they were not to be disturbed. So all that is happening behind Selena's back. She doesn't know about any of this. Kale ends up getting kidnapped by this group. And so when Selena realizes that Kale is taken, she goes nuts and goes to find him. Because they are now together. Like, together. They are lovers. They are together. That lasts about a week. Because the night that Kale is taken, Selena realizes or learns that he knew that there was a threat against Nehemiah's life. She runs back to the castle because it was kind of figured out between them that she's like, all this was happening tonight. So she runs back to the castle. She's too late. And so she hates Kale now. She hates him. And, I mean, it's a misunderstanding, but it's understandable at the same time. So Selena is in a big grieving period right now. She is really grieving Nehemiah. And that's kind of like where we are with all that. She has avenged her death. She figured out exactly who killed her and who ordered it. So all that was kind of like done. Dorian. I love him so. Dorian is dealing with his own stuff right now. He is realizing that he might have some magical powers, which is not good. It's not good for him because his father will absolutely have him killed. He will order it himself. Magic is banned. Magic is not supposed to be around at all. Anyone who possesses any magical powers is killed immediately. The king does not want magic anywhere. And Dorian is realizing things are starting to happen. He can't explain them. He doesn't know what's happening. He's having a hard time controlling some things that are going on around him. When he loses his temper, things start happening. And he's terrified because he's like, why is this happening to me? It's never happened before. And there's no one in his lineage that has had magical powers as far as he knows. So he's struggling right now to like figure out exactly what is going on, why he has it, and how he's going to figure out how to control it because he doesn't have any guidance from anybody. But I love him. And I remember that Dorian had some magic in him, and he was like, this book kind of revealed that, and he was trying to figure out exactly what was going to be happening, and he wasn't sure. So that's where we are right now. And yeah, so I have about 140. Oh, let me get my page count again. I think it's almost 450 total here. 418. Ha, just kidding. 418. So I have about 118 pages left in this. So I will definitely be finishing this up here in the next day or two for sure. Like maybe even tomorrow I should be able to finish it. But yeah, loving. I'm not flying through it as much as I did the first one again, or the first time that I read it. I'm not flying through it like that. And my enjoyment of it is still good. I don't know that it's going to get a 5 stars. I guess it'll depend on the last 100 pages here. Yeah, I don't know. I think as of right now, I'm kind of sitting at a 4, but we'll see. Like maybe the last 100 pages will bump it up to a 5. I honestly just don't fully remember. There's some things happening with Selena as well that I think are starting to kind of come to like, wait a second, some questions are being raised about who she actually is. So that's interesting for sure, like kind of getting into that. But again, Selena's very impulsive. She makes very rash decisions, and that drives me nuts sometimes. Like if she would just slow down and stop for a second and like either talk to somebody or let somebody talk, she wouldn't find herself in some of these situations. But okay. So yeah, but I'm really, really enjoying it, like a lot. All right, guys, I finished this last night, and okay, so I think in my last clip I was talking about, it was kind of reading like a 4-star. Oh no, 5 stars. The ending of this book, probably the last quarter of it, was just non-stop. I mean, and I forgot all of that. I forgot everything that happened in here. I remembered the ending as far as like I knew that Selena got on a ship and she was going off somewhere, but I didn't remember exactly like how that came to be, and oh my gosh. Okay. All right, where do I start? I don't even know. Okay, so Selena is discovering that there are word marks that kind of holds the key to all the power in the kingdom. And if you have all 3 word marks, like you're unstoppable. You can't, like you're gonna conquer all of the kingdoms and all of the world and like everything. So she's realizing that this is a thing and that the king has at least one. And she doesn't know what they are. She doesn't know where they are. She knows that the king has one of them, maybe more, but she's not sure. So she's trying to figure all that stuff out. She finds this old, I guess kind of a prison almost type thing that's underneath a library. And she kind of accidentally lets out a creature that is trapped down there or held hostage down there or whatever. So that's a whole big thing. And then she also figures out how to open a portal because she wants to talk to Nehemia again and kind of get some answers from her. And she opens this portal. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. She does see Nehemia, but she also sees a kind of like a demon creature type thing and ends up having to battle it because she can't close the portal. And Kale and Dorian like come to try to rescue her, and it's a whole thing. She ends up going into the portal with Kale, where magic, like through the portal, magic is still a thing. Magic is able to be utilized, and so she's able to utilize her Fae powers. I completely forgot that Selena knows that she's Fae. She has always known that was her heritage or whatever. Like she knew that. She knew that she had powers as far as the Fae goes, but being in this world, she can't use her powers because it's been banned. Like magic has been just completely gone. But she knows. And I forgot that. I think for some reason I had the memory that she didn't know that she was Fae, but she does. And while she's in this portal, she's able to use her powers, and Kale witnesses it. Okay. Her being a Fae is very, very dangerous for her, especially to be in the king's presence, because if he finds out. So Kale ends up creating a situation where Selena can go and be where the Fae are, or where they have been kind of not sequestered, but kind of living a peaceful life. And so he created this situation for the king to send her on like this mission, so that she can be there, and he's hoping she can find refuge there and never have to worry about the king again. So that's where we left off. She is on a ship going to this place. Also at the very end, Cal tells her he loves her. So they've kind of not really come back together, but they're on speaking terms again, which is a big thing. But Selena still doesn't fully trust him, which I understand. But yeah, and then Archer is the one who actually ordered Nehemiah's death. She found that out, and she killed him. Now, Archer, I didn't fan cast at all because I didn't remember him being such a big character, but he was. Like, he's actually a bigger character than Roland in this one, so whoopsies, it's okay. So I didn't end up fan casting him as anything. I just forgot he played a bigger role in here. But yeah, so there's all the spoilers. There's my thoughts. I loved it. It took me a little bit longer to read than it did the first time around, but still just, I loved it. It was so good. So another 5 stars. So reread is another 5 stars. And I'm really, really excited to move on to the next one, which I will be doing here in the month of August for sure. But yeah, so let me know your thoughts on this one in particular. I don't know which one I like better, the first one or this one. I read the first one faster, but when I first read them, it was the opposite. Like I read the first one and then I read this one faster, so I don't know. But either way, I'm really, really enjoying this story, and I'm really glad I'm rereading it, because if I had just jumped into Air of Fire, like, I don't know that I probably would have been lost and had to go do a recap somewhere, you know what I mean? So I'm really glad that I reread this one, but yeah. So another 5 stars for another Throne of Glass book. And that's gonna be it for me today. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think of the Throne of Glass books and all that stuff, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Bye.